The worst part of social media is?
Well, we can have.
The worst part of social media is the platforming of bigotry and hate. The dissemination of profoundly ignorant misinformation that imbues people with identity, that entitles people to righteousness within a completely false version of reality, where the misinformation is mistakenly seen as simply something to influence people, when in reality all it is bolstering the false reality of people that need to find a way to voice their hatred, to voice their bigotry, to scapegoat other people within our societies. That it has been a consistent bombardment that has plagued our society with the gift of something like connectivity, where we could be sharing love and ideas and collaborating in efforts to make a difference. What we're seeing is something far worse than that. We're watching in amazement as our worlds are ripped apart into two polar opposites. While people are fighting for reality, fighting for what's true, fighting for what's good for humanity, fighting for what's just, fighting for the rights of other people, we have other people that are fighting for the preservation and entitlement of hate, fighting for the entitlement to negate the rights of other people, fighting to stall and stifle any meaningful progress to a world that could work for more people than just themselves, in fighting and preservation of thoughts, ideas, ideals, and standards that merely indoctrinate and imbue people in perpetual ignorance and fear. And so that, to me, is the problem, is that we've amplified ignorance and amplified hate in such a way as to normalize it, as such a way to commercialize it, as such a way to politicize it, and in such a way that it's starting to undermine the fabric of civilization. It's starting to embed resignation and cynicism amongst the good people. It's causing a sense of despair, futility, frustration, hopelessness, as the very types of emotional abuse that you get to live with in your personal lives, dealing with these pathological and toxic people, you get to see echo on a daily basis, and watch in amazement, frustration, and futility as simple-minded and ignorant people flock like piranhas to belittle, demean, and degrade other human beings, to dehumanize anybody that's going to stand for what's right, to dement the messages of people calling for goodness and equality, and demonize those individuals in ways that are inhuman and even dangerous for people, to project ideas onto the good people, to invalidate them at the very essence of who they are, in a way that's radicalizing people into a frenzy, where now we have to deal with these destabilized people showing up looking for children in schools, while we completely deny the social responsibility of permitting and commercializing this stuff because it's profitable for social networking, it's profitable for news networks, it's beneficial to politicians and organizations in an effort to consolidate and cling to power. And it is completely immoral, completely unjust, completely distorted, and completely evil. That we can do that, allow that, watch that, and think that it's okay. Where we could sit here and talk about a smear campaign in your personal life, failing to recognize that that's how we do politics, that we just elect liars, thieves, and con men, narcissists, sociopaths, and antisocials, and put them in front of our society to watch them rally like-minded people. As we visualize any form of social progress completely obliterated in a very short period of time, failing to recognize that it really was never the progress that we thought it was. And so this can be a deeply inspiring thing to observe, because they're revealing themselves, their methods, the way they think, in such a way that you can start to parcel out the good from the bad if you're paying attention. And it's time to stop listening. It's time to stop debating with ignorance. It's time to stop fighting face first against bigotry, misogyny, and hate, because you're just emboldening it. You're just granting it validity by even debating with such nonsense and dribble. When you're sitting here engaged and locked in on these nonsensical political debates and talking to people about the rights of women, there's no point in talking to those people when you could be mobilizing with the people that agree with you and using your brain to strategize a way to get what you need done, and stop being distracted, because that is a purposeful destabilization element of our culture and society. Is they want you fighting in futility. They want you believing it's too late. They want you to believe that there's nothing you can do about it, when that's the furthest thing from the truth. It's just the way that they try to brainwash you to do something about it, is to protest it, is to fight against it, is to argue with it, is to debate. They want to show you the debate on TV so you can be debating on Facebook while they do what the F they want to do, either way. And so while you waste your time and breath debating against entirely nonsensical arguments that have no basis in reality or fact, what else could you be doing? Making a difference.